detecting a call sign.
It's, Rogue. Rogue One.
Riz, from Oxford to outer space. How does somebody do that?
Well, it's funny you should mention, actually, because Felicity and I both went to university at the same time. Both went to Oxford at the same time. And
Really?
yeah, I used to throw these parties, these club nights that she was a regular at, apparently, these drum and bass nights and stuff. But we never really knew each other there. So it's nice to kind of, reunite.
What a small world.
Yeah, I know.
From philosophy to sci-fi. I mean, this is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, if you say so. Yeah.
I think it's very cool. It's very nice. Now, Rogue One is, I don't know, a spin-off, a standalone. It melds two chapters. So I imagine it has the same tone, the same sort of story, plot, content, that sort of thing. But what is new about it?
Well, it's a new set of characters. It's but set in a familiar kind of time. It's almost like episode 3.5. You know, it happens just before episode 4. So I think a lot will feel familiar about it because it's trying to kind of preserve that heritage. But I think what's distinctive are the characters, the story, and also the way it's been executed. It feels like a kind of realistic war movie. You know, our camera team did, our director of photography, Greg, shot Zero Dark 30. You know, our FX people did movies like Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down. Gareth Edwards, our director, would often operate the camera himself. So there's a real kind of boots on the ground feel to the
That's fantastic.
movie.
So and I read that you commented that it's highly political. So what is it reflecting today in the world?
No, I'm not sure I would say that it's describe the film that. I kind of feel like, well, the film is about a group of people that are forced to come together because they are faced with a new political or military reality. Yeah. And so because of that, you know, people are forced to kind of unite. And I think there's a great message in that, really. You know, in troubling times, we should all come together to try and take on the big challenges. And if you look at some of the challenges that are facing the world right now, we can only face them together. So
It sounds very familiar. But we'll say no more about that. Now, diversity these days. Have you seen the lineup for potential awards this season?
I haven't, no.
It's incredible. The Fences, Hidden Figures, Loving, all of these things. And you've spoken about diversity in films. Do you think it's the new norm?
Well, I think it feels very natural and it feels right that when you have a story like Star Wars, which is a very global story, which is a story that so many different kinds of people and audiences all around the world are invested in, that you cast it in an appropriately global way. So to me, it kind of feels right, and it feels fitting that when you've got kids in China and, you know, South America, Australia, UK, America, you know, all going to see this movie.
Nunavut.
That you've got, that hopefully you've got characters that reflect that as well.
Yeah, that's so cool. Who is Brodie Rook?
Brodie, when we meet him, is an Imperial cargo pilot. So he's just an average guy trying to earn his living. He's from a planet called Jeddah, which is actually occupied by the Empire. So because of that, the only job in town is working for the Empire. So he's a cargo pilot, just keeping his head down, minding his own business. And it's a new kind of set of circumstances arises that forces him to reconsider how he's living his life and the choices he's making. And he's forced to kind of step up to the plate. But he's not a seasoned assassin or rebel soldier or spy like some of these other characters. He's just an average Joe who's found himself in a war movie somehow. So
Wow.
Hopefully it makes him quite relatable. But I
Good
think
character arc?
I hope so. Yeah, you'll have to tell me when you've seen it.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and I'll never forget your performance in Nightcrawler.
Oh, thank you very much. Cheers.